Hi, this is Tim with Cisco's Engineering Licensing Office, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of Software Central to show you how to do things like set up your smart account, add users, or even create virtual accounts. You'll notice how the page is oriented with downloads, ordering, administration, and even a licensing quadrant. When you first log into this page, the navigation will change slightly in that it will add a bar across the top, which serves the same function as the primary navigation in the quadrants. You can select things by orders. You can also view your downloads and upgrades. You can provision plug and play, and then of course all of your licensing tools in a single spot. Now, let's say for example, we wanted to create a smart account. We'll select Request Smart Account, and we'll be prompted to add some information. First up, you have to indicate that you are the one with authority to represent your company, and if not, you can enter in an alternate email address to have that sent to. In this example, I'll go ahead and accept the authority to create the smart account. After providing the domain identifier, which is your unique .com.org address, you can give your new account an account name. We'll call this one naplink.com. And then clicking on continue, it will go through a brief approval process before the account is set up. That's all you need to do. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the account management basics. By clicking on Administration, then Manage Smart Account, it will take you to a screen that will display the account properties. You'll notice this one here is named ciscolive.cisco.com. It's important to point out that the smart account is always listed in the upper right-hand corner, so you can toggle between smart accounts there. For example, I'd like to use the NapLink smart account. Next, let's create a virtual account. After selecting the Virtual Accounts tab and then clicking on the New Virtual Account button, we can give the virtual account a name. We'll call this one Cisco Live, and we'll add a quick description called Buenos Dias. I can elect to make that my default account, which means that if nothing else is selected during, let's say, the ordering process, licenses will go into that account. Deleting a virtual account is simply as easy as clicking on the Delete button, and you'll receive a quick confirmation before it is removed. Next, let's add a new user. By selecting the Users tab and then clicking on the New User button, you can search based on email address or cisco.com ID. So for example, if I wanted to add my friend James here, I can go ahead and select his user profile, and I can choose to add him as either a user or an administrator. A user has basic rights to access the account with visibility, but doesn't have access to do things that an administrator can do, like add and delete virtual accounts or manage user access. Another option when adding new users is to have them listed as an approver, and this is great for folks that just simply read and approve legal documents. Now check this out. This is a really handy feature. You can add also roles based on virtual accounts. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add this person as an administrator on one account. And then let's say maybe a user on a different virtual account. You can choose the role and the virtual account and stack them together. That's a pretty powerful feature for user administration. But let's say I just wanted to add this person as an administrator for my smart account as a whole, and I can select them and then add a new user. I'll get a quick confirmation that shows me that the process was completed, and we can now see this person was added to the smart account. The Access Request tab is something that was just added as feedback from people like you. This is a way to track new users that are requesting access to your smart account. It will list the user ID, as well as the email address and the date that the request was sent. Your Smart Account Agreement is always a click away under the Account Agreement tab. It has been shortened and simplified language to make it easier to get through. The last available tab is the Event Log, and this is great for understanding what has happened over time. For example, we added a new virtual account and we added a new user. They're all listed right here. Okay, do you remember the User Access tab that we took a look at? For people that are new to your smart account, they can always request access by going to Software Central and then click on the Request Access link. they'll be asked to provide their details as far as their profile and the domain that they're requesting access to. So for example, if I wanted to request access to naplink.com, I can select it there, and the administrator will get a notification. Okay, so that's your quick tour of Software Central. Again, great place to bookmark software.cisco.com.